stock we're using.
Pull out some of this.
Salute.
Hi, I'm Jeff,
And I'm Mike,
and welcome to our show.
bringing it back home.
Have you ever walked into like a museum or a store, or in this case an archaeology site, and the sign says it's open, but it doesn't feel like it is?
You walk in and you're the only people there, and you feel like you just don't belong.
You know, just south of Tulum, on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, is an archaeologic site called Moyil, which
Right.
was a Mayan city. And we had an adventure there that scared
Did we
us so
ever?
much, we were still shaking in our hiking boots when we got to the hotel that night. The only thing that soothed our really scared souls was a bowl of Yucatanian chicken and lime soup.
What we're making today is a Mayan chicken soup, and I'm going to saute some onions. There we go.
And here's some jalapeno peppers.
And there's a few cloves of garlic. And we're going to stir these up. They're sauteing in olive oil. We're going to stir these up. And we're going to let them cook for a couple of minutes until they're sweated.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yep, it's going to be great. So when the vegetables are all sweated, I'm going to move them out to the sides of the pot. And then we're going to put the chicken thighs in, skin side down. Perfect. Just move those up.
There we go.
Beautiful.
There's room for one more
There's
there.
room for one more. Flip it upside
Four
down.
chicken thighs.
Perfect. And we're just going to let those cook for about 5 minutes until they're brown.
We were on our way from Playa del Carmen south to Tulum, and just when we got past Tulum, we found this archaeologic site of an ancient Mayan ruin called Moyil.
Yeah, unfortunately now a lot of people don't go to Mayan because
They don't even know it.
It's really overshadowed by the beautiful beachfront ruins at Tulum.
That's right. The beauty of this soup is that it really is a nice contrast of flavors. We've got the chicken here sauteing with the jalapenos, the onions, and the garlic, and now we're going to add some chicken stock. So let's get some chicken stock here, and we're going to add that in right here. And we got one
Why
more.
don't you grab the tomatoes too?
All right, let's put the tomatoes in as well. All right.
Okay, do that and stir those right in.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful. Okay.
And let's get the cilantro in there too.
Perfect. Good.
So,
I'll grab that, and and chopped up the cilantro, and I'm going to sprinkle a little of that in, and I'm going to give this a quick stir. There we go, and we're going to take that from me, and I'm going to put the lid on this. We're going to let it cook now until the chicken is cooked through. So we went into Moyil and we were walking around the site. We ran up and down the main pyramid.
which is beautiful.
And then we decided that we were going to head off down this path to the sacred lagoon.
The funny thing is that Sian Kya is a Mayan word for where the sky begins. And there was no sky to be seen that day because there was all these overgrown vines.
Right.
So
We're in the jungle.
we're looking for this path to the sacred lagoon, so we picked what we thought was the path, and we started on the way down it.
Right, so we're walking through the jungle, and there was really no sound at all at first. All we could hear was the monkeys up howling in the trees.
Yeah, amazing.
And then we heard this snapping and this crackling, like branches were being stepped on.
Yeah.
And we kept walking, and then we looked at each other and realized that we weren't stepping on the branches. That sound wasn't us.
So we stopped, and whatever it was stopped too, and we thought to ourselves, look, if it's pirates or bandits or whatever, leave us alone. There's a rental Jeep there. Steal it. Steal our luggage. We really don't care.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
you're
so-
right. So we're standing. We're standing there, completely still.
It was-
no sound, and all of a sudden, I remember it was to
Yeah.
our left.
Yeah.
There was this growl, and then this roar, like 5 feet away from us.
It was
right?
amazing. No, it was like 2 feet away
Yeah,
from
right,
us.
right.
It was amazing.
Right there, and we just stood still.
So we had like this practically telepathic conversation because we didn't want to talk. Like we didn't want this to know where we were. And we didn't know whether we should like run out of there or we should like tiptoe and back up. which is exactly what we did. We tiptoed,
That's
we
right.
backed up.
We backed out, but as soon as we were free of the jungle and the Jeep came into sight, we took off. We ran for the Jeep and we dove in and we drove straight to Chichen Itza without looking back.
That's right. We didn't even look back.
That's right.
And when we got to Chichen Itza that afternoon, and we checked into the Hotel Mayan, which is a beautiful hotel.
It's right on the grounds
of Chichen Itza.
Beautiful.
And when we were sitting at dinner that night, we started with this soup that we're preparing for you today, and the waiter said to us that jaguars were actually found in this area. They were very sacred to the Mayan, and in fact, they protected the temples. So we were like pretty convinced.
Absolutely. Okay, what we're going to do now, we've actually already taken the chicken thighs and shredded them off of the bone and put them back in the soup. We're bringing the soup back to a boil, and I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to stir in this lime juice. And I'll give that a quick stir. And we let this cook for about another minute or so. I have a question. So, do you think that when we were in the jungle, right, was that a real jaguar, or do you think it was the ghost of the sacred jaguar?
You know, Mike, I really don't know, and I don't care. All I know is that I'm hungry. Right, so here's the presentation. We're going to we put some rice that's already been cooked into a bowl, and we're going to ladle some soup over it. Oh, that looks beautiful.
That looks good.
Smells great, too.
Okay,
great.
So we do that.
And then to garnish it, it's really simple. We're going to put a couple sprigs of cilantro on top, just for a little bit of color, and it also just releases the flavor of the cilantro. And we're going to garnish with a few tortillas here. And there you go.
There you have it. Mayan chicken soup.
It's absolutely delicious.